Happy Tuesday, everybody. Today I want to riff with you guys and break down a little bit of a process on bulk creating some content. Had a call with a coaching client this morning and they wanted to learn this process, so I figured I'd kill two birds with one stone. I'd shoot them a video showing them how to do it, but I'd also create a video for you guys so that way you guys can actually see how to do it as well. So I will do this in two different phases. This is one, a way that you can bulk create the really cool like 5-second silent videos that are really popular right now. I think Alex Hormozi's kind of pioneered this content style, and it's basically a 5-second silent video with a picture, and it kind of looks like a tweet, etc. So I'll walk through that process, and then I'll walk through the process of just creating some, short B-roll style clips and how you can actually just bulk create a bunch of content at one time, making it very effective if you're looking to spend less time creating some content. And again, if you guys get value from this, finger punch that follow button, spam my little face, and let's dive in. Now, a couple things that you will need to make this viable. One, you need a Pro Canva account. You can't use this tool or use this feature inside of Canva unless you have a Pro Canva account. And we'll need some clips, some B-roll clips, some short clips of you, drinking coffee, walking around the house, whatever. And then you will need a Google Sheet or Microsoft Excel sheet, whatever they're called, to make this viable, because you're basically going to end up populating information on a Google Sheet onto Canva, and then we'll both create some content. Now, I have seen people use AI to do this for them, create all these different topics, but I'm not going to cover that in this video. I'm just going to kind of run through the actual process of doing it. So let's dive into my computer, and I will show you what I'm talking about. So inside of Canva, basically what I'm going to end up doing is going to go top. I'm going to go to Create Design. And you can either do like Instagram, you can do TikTok. You're basically going to essentially just create a style for a short form video. So we're going to I'll just do TikTok as the example. TikTok video, okay, that works. And it's going to give you this essentially a blank template. And what I'm actually going to do for this one is I'm going to create the 5-second silent style videos with some text on screen. So what I will end up doing is I'll just kind of create the graphic right now, and then I'll show you guys what I mean by how we're actually going to end up bulk creating these. So what a lot of people have been doing with these is like, a bit of a picture in the background like this. See if I can get it to connect to the background. Set image as background. See, that's not really going to work because we're way too low on the actual image itself. So that's essentially the outline of the picture. Again, you're probably going to want your head towards a little bit of the top, because you'll see what I'm going to kind of end up doing here. I'm going to go to Elements. I'm going to go to Box. And you guys can obviously get as creative, as fancy, as, complex as you guys want with this, but I am just going to use this as a quick detail or quick rundown of what this is actually going to look like. Then I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to go like this. Okay. Okay, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make this green, because this is kind of our branding colors. And I'm going to copy and paste this actually, and I'm going to shrink it up a little bit. I'm going to make it black. Like this, go black. I'm going to go, so that way it basically has like a little bit of a border around this little topic, okay? Okay. I think that looks almost even, not really. I think that looks fine. Okay. Then I'm going to go photo. Let's see, frames. This will work. Okay, I'm going to go like this. Tiny little picture, okay? Put that right here. Right there, okay? And we're going to go line. Nope. Okay, like this. Okay, put that right under the photo. this, okay? Getting my Canva queen on today, apparently. I'm gonna come to text. I'm gonna go like this, and obviously you can use a different font if you want. I'm gonna use just something to easy to read. Probably just go with Arial. There we go. Arial. Okay. Just go here. At Nate Ryan Online. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up here like this, as if we're basically creating a fake little social media handle, so to speak, right? Move this line a little bit, go right under the text, drag it to here. Okay, there's that. And then what I'm gonna slap a little photo in that picture if I can find one. One that isn't of me making a weird face, right? There we go. Okay. So as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and actually increase this text. Okay. Go up a little bit. Okay. There we go. And then what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to go like this. Okay. I'm going to copy this text. I'm going to move this down. Okay. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make this box kind of the full size of the text box like that. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and delete it. And I'm going to probably do left alignment. And as you guys can see here, I have a Google Sheet with about 30 sentences, little tweaks, little couple words, few sentences actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this. I'm going to download it as a CSV file right here. Okay. And then I'm going to come back into Canva just like this. Okay. And I'm going to come scroll on the left side. It's right under photos where it says bulk create. And what I'm going to do is click bulk create. And I'm going to go upload data. And then I'm going to select the Google Sheet that I just downloaded. Okay, and then I'm going to click on the piece that I wanted to connect to. So I'm going to hit this text right here. I'm going to go to connect data. Hit this text, go to collect data, connect data. Hit the little text right there. And I'm going to go to continue. And you're going to see what this actually ends up doing for me. So basically what this is going to end up doing is it is going to auto-populate everything on that Google Sheet onto a separate 5-second video. Now, obviously, you can change these up a little bit. You're going to need to adjust the text to make them fit like this. Let's go. Okay. So as an example, we got like that. Let's go. B-I. Just go center. Okay, see? So if you notice, I essentially just created 30 videos in a matter of, what, 9 minutes? Each one of these will be a little bit different. Obviously, you might have to come through and you could essentially adjust the text size before you upload it as well, and it would populate with a bigger text. what I'll actually do is I'll just redo that and I'll show you one more time real quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this, shift. I'm going to shift, click. Okay, so we'll go here. And what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to do this again, okay? So bulk create, go back, refresh. So running you guys through this process again, since I did notice the text was a little bit small, I'm going to just redo it again here. I'm going to format my text, go B, I. I'm going to go in the center. And I think I'm going to make the text 60 characters like that. Obviously, this would have to be a little bit smaller text depending on, you know, the type of stuff that you, how long of a sentence or text that you were putting in the post. But the things that I did were fairly short. So over on the left side again, go to bulk create. And I'm going to hit this text box again. Okay, upload data. Select your Google Sheet that you downloaded. Okay, and then I'm going to connect data. Click, and I'm going to go to continue. Okay, and then I'm going to go to generate all 29 clips, and it's going to bulk create them yet again for me. So as you can see, the text is actually a whole lot bigger now. Go to the next one, go to the next one, next one, next one. See? So if you notice, this is all little 5-second clips that I could technically use in content, right? And that is literally me creating 30 reels in less than 15 minutes. Now I want to break down how you can do this again with a different style of content, because I know this isn't the style of content everybody wants to do. So we'll walk you guys through that process. Let me go ahead and download these first. Pages 29, yes, MP4 video, download all of them, because you best believe I'm posting them. And I want to do this one again because I want to show you guys how to connect 3 different columns in your Google Sheet. Basically, that's essentially how you're going to end up connecting data. So as you can see, this Google Sheet only has 1 column, but I want to show you guys how to do this with, you know, a traditional style, maybe B-roll style video, where you have a 5-second, 10-second, 15-second video, and you know you have a hook, you have some meat, and then you have a CTA. Okay, starting from scratch again, we will go like this. Go to create design. Go to TikTok video again. Okay, and what I'm going to do for this one specifically is I'm going to use a background video of myself. You could do of, you know, a B-roll, something else. You could do a different video if you wanted to. But for this example, I'm just going to use a video of myself. You can probably end up doing multiple different variations of this. You could end up doing, you know, different clips, different, you know, videos. But for this example, I am going to use a video of me for the background of this. Let's go ahead and play, see what it sounds like. Not sounds like, but what if I need to adjust the clip. So this video is 16 seconds long. I'm going to go 10 seconds, okay? So you got me walking in the video. Okay. It's an 11-second clip. Okay. Okay, now what we're going to start doing is formatting what we want on the actual video itself. So I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to go to text. I'm going to go to add a text box. I'm going to go to hook. Okay, and I'm going to maybe change it up a little bit and do select a let's go bold. Let's do a bold text. Let me see. Obviously, we want something that is readable, right? Legible, I guess you could say. Go hook. Okay, and I'm going to go to effects, and I'm actually going to change. I'm going to do like a background for this go roundness, go spread. I'm going to go black because that's black like my soul. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to change the text to white. Okay, there we go. We got the hook. Okay. And then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to go, so I maybe go, okay, subheading, we'll go like this. Give it some room. Body. I can't really see that, so I'm going to probably do maybe a black text with a white outline. See, yeah, there we go. Okay, that works. Okay, let's go. There we go. Okay. And again, you might have to play around with this, get the text the right size, stuff like that. And then we're going to go do another one. Just go ahead and copy this, paste. Okay, and then I'm going to change this one up to go white text. I'm going to go to effects. I'm going to go background. And I'm going to make this one green, like this. Spread. Probably make the text black so you can actually see it better. Okay, so we got that. CTA, sorry. That's the call to action. Okay. And then as you can see, I have these sheets right here. I have the sheet with 3 different columns. I'm going to do the same thing as this. I'm going to go to download. I'm going to go to download as CSV file. Now, this one is going to be a little bit different because you do have to connect the data to each one of these things, right? So when I connect the data and I upload the file, it's going to be, I have to connect the right data to this one, and this one, right? So that way it knows where it's trying to populate this actual information. And again, you could also actually do like, let's say I wanted to animate the hook, right? So if I wanted to animate the actual the text box, right? If I wanted to have that text box slide in, or if I wanted to ascend, right? Stuff like that. I can do all sorts of different animations if I want. Obviously, I would keep them as especially if these are going to be super short videos. I would keep them as basic as possible, if I'm being honest. But what I'm actually going to end up doing is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go to bulk create. And I'm going to go to upload data again. Download. Okay, it's this one right here, sheet 2. Okay, and then you see how it populates these 3 columns. Okay, so what we're actually going to do is we're going to go here. We're going to go do connect data. And this is going to be the 3. So if I look at my sheet, it says most people don't. So that's column 1. Okay. And then this is going to be column 2. So I'm going to hit the the body. I'm going to go to connect data. I'm going to go column 2. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the CTA, and I'm going to go to connect data, and I'm going to go column 3. Okay. And then I'm going to go to continue, and I'm going to go to generate 19 ideas. Now, I think the maximum that you could potentially do at a time is 60. So 60 columns inside of a Google Sheet. So as you can see, text is a little too big, if I'm being honest. But as you can see, it literally created a myriad of videos that fast. Now, obviously, you can get as fancy. You could get as, you know, you can get your Canva queen on for real and actually, like, you know, make these look awesome and like amazing. But I wanted to just kind of break down the actual process for this video. But as you can see, this created essentially 20 reels in a matter of, you know, what, a couple minutes. So, and again, you might have to come in and you might have to adjust some of this so that way it's not like all messed up. But it will play in the background. The video will actually end up playing like this. As you see me coming in the back, playing, and then you have this video that actually gets created. Now you can start playing around with animations and stuff like that if you want. And you can also adjust this here. So like if you notice I want this text box to come later on in that video. So like as you can see for this example, let's press play. If you notice how the CTA went away, it'll actually pop up halfway through the video now. Let's see if I can give you another example. So here's this, okay? So if I'm here on this initial video, this is the first one. And you see when I click on the text, it actually populates down here. It's purple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this to be about right there. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press play on this video to show you. So if you see, that popped up. And then the CTA is going to end up popping up too, see? So you guys can get as creative, as basic, but realistically, this is a way that you guys can actually start bulk creating some content if you want, with a few different types of applications, right? So you can always do, and again, if we do this, I'll do this one more time for you guys to give you guys an example. So we'll make them look even better, and I'll just do this again for you guys so that way you guys can actually see. So we got this animation on the hook. Okay, what I'm going to do with the body, that's at 45. So what I'm going to do with the body is I'm going to go 30, like that, go 30. And I'm actually just going to change, because the video I chose is not very, this is what I'll actually do. Here you go, watch, okay. So I'll go like this, I'll detach. I'm going to make this background black. Like this, go black, like this, black, okay, and then I'm going to drag my video over it, okay? And then I'm going to fade the video, actually. I'm going to go like this, right, okay, so there we go. So that way the text pops a little bit better, okay? Then what I'm going to do here, I'm going to make this text 35, I'm going to drag the text box to be about this big, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this white. I'm going to make the text white. Okay, I'm going to go white right here. Okay, and then I'm going to go effects. I'm going to go to black outline. Okay. And then what I'm going to do with the CTA is I'm going to go change the CTA. I'm going to go 45 again. Okay. And then I'm going to drag the text box about this far out towards the edges. Okay, but then what I want to actually do with this is I have the animation for the hook that's coming in every time I start the video. What I want to do is I want to make the body come in. As you can see, I'm doing down on the bottom left in the purple. I'm going to make the body come in after 2.5 seconds. And then I'm going to make the CTA show up for the last 4 seconds. Okay. So then it's going to essentially look like this. We've got the hook. Body. Okay. And then CTA. Okay. So as you can see, I kind of redid that a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to go to bulk create. Okay. I'm going to go to upload data. I'm going to upload the spreadsheet. And then what I'm going to do is the data should already be connected, but as we did in the last section. And then I'm going to go to continue. Design 19 files. So hopefully this actually ends up looking a little bit better. Because I didn't really like the way it looked last time. So, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press play and see what we got. So we got the hook animating in. We got the body. And then we got the CTA. We got the hook, body, CTA. So this is just a quick example. Obviously, I could get more creative. I could make these videos look even better, but I wanted to show you guys the actual process of doing this and have some fun with it. Go create some content, do some stuff, increase your volume of content. Right, and obviously you can come in and you can adjust each video individually. This would just give you a skeleton of, I essentially created on this video almost 50 pieces of content while we've been here. So that's all I got for you guys today. You guys have a kick-ass day, and hopefully you got some value from this video, and I will see you in the next one.